The chime of the bell beckons us by honoring the inherent worth and dignity of all. My name is Kinsey Shackelford. I am the Director of Religious Exploration here at the church, and I use she, her pronouns. We extend a heartfelt and inclusive invitation to join us in meaningful worship and in service to the world. We greet all those who join us this morning, those here in person, all of our many online viewers, así como el creciente número de participantes bilingües que nos acompañan desde sus hogares. As we do several times throughout the year, this morning our service is multi-generational, or all ages. This means those of all ages are welcome to experience worship together. We won't sing the children on their way today, nor do we have children's education groups meeting this morning. Instead, we have busy boxes, fidgets, and coloring sheets on clipboards right outside the door on a cart to keep anxious hands busy. Again, all ages, anxious hands. No judgment. In addition, today is our backpack blessing, where young people will have the opportunity to come to the front of the stage rock for our first hymn.
Good morning, everyone. Please turn in your hymnals or your words in the order of service to 1046, and that is Shall We Gather at the River. Let's rise in body or in spirit and lift our voices together in song. Shall we gather at the river where bright angels' feet have trod, with its crystal tide forever flowing by the silver spray. We will walk and worship ever all the happy golden day. Yes, we'll gather at the river, the beautiful river. Gather with the saints at the river that flows by the throne of God. Ere we reach the shining river, lay we every burden down. Grace our spirits will deliver and provide a robe and a crown. Yes, we'll gather at the river, the beautiful river. Gather with the saints at the river that flows by the throne of God. Soon we'll reach the shining river. Soon our pilgrimage will cease. Soon our happy hearts will quiver with the melody of peace. Yes, we'll gather at the river, the beautiful river. Gather with the saints at the river that flows by the throne of God. Thank you.
Today I've chosen as our call to worship, Learning to Love the World by Molly Hausch Gordon. We gather together this morning, tenderly, like drops of dew on a leaf of grass, hopefully, like gathered raindrops in a cloud, gleefully, like water rushing in a stream to the sea, deeply, like groundwater pulled up from a well. We gather from every direction for another year of growth and depth, another year of companionship and hope, another year of learning to love this world. We gather like the water that joins us across all of creation, the water that connects us within and without, merging and flowing across the entire world.
Celebremos compartiendo nuestras vidas, encendiendo esta luz.
Please read with me as we read the conventional covenant found in your order of service. Love is the spirit of our congregation. Service is our prayer. To dwell together in peace, to seek truth in love, and to encourage one another. Thus we do covenant.
The word communion has several different definitions and derivations, but they all revolve around people coming together. Koinonia is a transliteration of a Greek word and refers to concepts such as fellowship or joint participation. The term communion, derived from the Latin communio, is related. Many people think of the rite of Holy Communion or the Eucharist when they hear the word communion. Which is why Unitarian Universalists often say water celebration or flower celebration instead of communion. As a covenantal people, we make promises to each other about how we will treat one another and the world. Love and relationship are the warp and woof of Unitarian Universalism. So it seems logical that we embrace koinonia, as in fellowship, communion, and joint participation. Norbert Čapek created the flower communion in 1923 in Czechoslovakia for his parishioners who wanted a ceremony that symbolized fellowship and joining together. They had rejected the Catholic communion with bread and wine, but longed for ritual. Since then, Unitarian Universalists have created variations on the theme of communion, with flowers, with bread, usually near Thanksgiving, and with water. Congregations have performed water communions since the 1980s as a way to mark the beginning of a new church year. Unitarian Universalism has 6 shared values which emerge from love. The water communion reminds us of one of those values, interdependence. We are dependent upon the earth, its resources, and its waters. We cannot survive without them. We are also dependent upon each other. We need community and love. Without these, we wither like a thirsty plant in a drought. After the activities of summer, we come together again and are refreshed by religious community. In his remarks at the dinner for the America's Cups cruise, John F. Kennedy said, "All of us have in our veins the exact same percentage of salt that exists in the ocean, and therefore we have salt in our blood, in our sweat, and in our tears. We are tied to the ocean. And when we go back to the sea, whether it is to sail or watch it, we are going back from whence we came." In your order of service, you should find a raindrop, a reminder of the vast response to the question, how does the Lord you brought call you into relationship you into a relationship of respect for our planet? We'll collect your responses during the offering, and we'll some examples of
choir to join me up in the front, please.
Snowflakes falling on a mountain, rain clouds covering the sun, springing from a marble fountain. The waters of the world are one, lakes and rivers filled with living, home to animal and plant, in a silent act of giving, and an earthly covenant. On the highest peak to the sandy shore, the water touches all that lives. From the redwood tree to the ocean floor, the gift of life does water give. Snowflakes falling on the mountain, rain clouds covering the sun, springing from a marble fountain. The waters of the world are one, lakes and rivers filled with living, home to animal and plant, in a silent act of giving, and an earthly covenant. In a gentle stream or a rushing fall, the water flows to rivers grand. As it follows shore to the ocean's core, it brings refreshment to the land. Snowflakes falling on the mountain, rain clouds covering the sun, springing from a marble fountain. The waters of the world are one, lakes, rivers, rivers, fonts of living, home to the animals and plants, in a silent act of giving, and an earthly covenant. The waters of the world are one.
Hundreds of thousands of children from across Houston have returned to school. Others will return to private school or to one of the surrounding school districts soon. For many of those who are homeschooled, now is a beginning of a time of renewed academic activity. Today we bless the children and youth of our congregation at the start of the school year. I believe we have our families at the 9:30 service mostly joining us online, so we will be mailing them their special keychains that Kinsey has rather than handing them out. They'll be receiving a keychain that we invite them to look at. It has some beautiful beads on it, and they are in various shapes. Some round, some looking like a cube, some like a tiny rock. We invite them to take a chance when they have them to look at how they are shaped. Some of the beads are wooden, others ceramic, some of sea glass. The colors white, brown, blue, gray, or green. They are to be put in your backpack so that when you head to school, you will have the beads from our congregation with you. One of the beads says UU for Unitarian Universalist on it, to remind you of the beauty and love of this congregation and the love that we have for you. When you have changes or challenges or are just enjoying a special moment, think of your keychain. It will remind you that you are like each of the unique and beautiful beads, just as you and your school friends are unique and beautiful, and that you hold the key to a wonderful and successful school year. We hope that this gift will remind you how you are loved by this church. You will always hold the key to enter this loving community. Our covenant community is here to support you and your family as you pursue your education. Parents, we invite you at home to place your hand on the shoulder of your child or children. And if your child has the school bag, you might place your hand on their backpack instead. Over the last few years, it has been very hard to support parents and families. The discord in our society or the state's takeover of our schools district can bring feelings of powerlessness. Parents, your hands on your children are a reminder that you are their support and caregivers during this time. And I extend my hands to you and invite the congregation to make a similar gesture as a reminder that the congregation is here for you during the upcoming year as you care for your children, as you face hardships, and as you face joyful moments as well. We Unitarian Universalists believe that community is here to take care of each other, and that we are called to take care of each other now more than ever. Children and youth, those of you starting your studies, and for those of you who have already commenced, I extend to you this blessing. Even when you are away from our congregation, you carry the heart of Unitarian Universalism with you, wherever you go. May you find courage when it is necessary. May confusion lead to better questions. May you feel curiosity all of your days. May your imagination between the cherished time to commune with our spirit, which is greater than each of us and lies within all of us, in order to expand our awareness and transform our lives. We pause amid the rush and endeavor to shut down distractions. Just as we must calm the lake to see the bottom, we strive to calm our minds to see deep into ourselves. This is a time that some call as you envision that peaceful lake. Take a breath. Take another. Find your center. The world is in turmoil. The president sends federal troops to cities under the flimsiest of pretexts. Israel has announced an escalation of its assault on Gaza. People starve and elsewhere in Palestine and elsewhere. As unprecedented wealth grows, the planet warms, and we come to difficult anniversaries. The 20th year since Katrina, the 80th since the death of Emmett Till. As we come together as a religious community seeking to find peace in our hearts and build peace in our homes, neighborhoods, communities, and planet. This morning, Spirit of Life, in our gathering, inspire us to pray that humanity will awaken to the larger truth that we are each connected to all, each a part of this beautiful planet, each dependent upon clean water, clean air, the great global commons. May this truth stir the hearts of the powerful, but most importantly, may it stir in the hearts of all of the people of this planet, for it is the masses of us, and not the rich and powerful, who ultimately will decide our human fate. If we can but remember that we as a human family are united with all of the species of this planet, united through the air we breathe, the water that flows through our veins, and the earth upon which we trod. That it may be so, I invite the congregation to say, Amen. Amen. We pause now together to lift up that which sits light and heavy upon our hearts. The book. Vivian Elizabeth Ayres Allen died on Monday at the age of 102. A Pulitzer Prize-nominated poet, playwright, cultural activist, museum curator, and classicist. Her family was one of the first to integrate this congregation in the mid-1950s. Her son, Tex Allen, remains a member, and we send our love and compassion to Tex and his entire family. Jimmy Luthuli Allen, wife of Omawali Luthuli Allen, is currently in a rehabilitation center facility. Jackie Morrison, Michael Morrison's mother, and has entered hospice. And Patricia Wunderlach, mother of Brandy Holmes and Christian Holmes' mother-in-law, remains in hospice. We send Jimmy, Omawali, Jackie, Michael, Patricia, Brandy, and Christian our love and prayers. As we do, we celebrate with Diana Straussman and Jeff Smizek. Their first granddaughter, Genevieve Jane Straussman, was born last week. We also share joy for all the families with young children on this Sunday. We now turn to a practice inspired by African, indigenous, and neo-pagan traditions, as well as the Jewish prayer, Mi Shebarak. We say aloud or bring to mind those who we wish to be held by the loving embrace of this religious community. They are part of the great cloud of witness and memory, and we will, even if we do not know their names, hold them in our hearts. As we hear these names, we hold them in our hearts and compare care and compassion, and remember the suffering and joy amid and among our community that has not been named. We now enter into a time of silence and silence. We gaze into that calm lake to examine the bottom and notice the activity below the stillness. Currents that do not disturb the surface. Fish do not ripple the water. Even when it feels like nothing is happening, transformation may take place. And so, in the spirit of love, hope, and compassion, we enter into a time of silent meditation, reflection, or prayer.
At each ingathering, we take up a special collection for the minister's discretionary fund. This is the fund that the ministers draw upon to help members of our congregation who find themselves in need of help. The fund might be used to help people buy food, pay their rent or mortgage, or cover a medical bill at a time when they find themselves in particular need. Those in our sanctuary will find the instructions for text giving in the order of service next to the name of the shared offering recipient. And those watching the live stream will see the instructions on your screen. Actually, you have to go to the website. I just remembered. We don't have that feature right now because we're in Channing and the way the live stream is set up. So if you're at home and would like to donate, please go to firstuuhouston.org/donate and you will see how to do that, and we would appreciate your efforts on that. Our regular Sunday morning offering collection invites us to weave a tapestry of love and action. We ask you to give generously. An offering will now be gratefully received.
I pray we'll find your light, that you'll watch us where we go, and help us to be wise in times when we don't know. Let this be our prayer. When we lose our way, lead us to a place, guide us with your grace, to a place where we'll be safe.
La luce che tu dai,
I pray we'll find your light
nel cuore resterà,
and hold it in our hearts.
of ricordarci che
Stars go out each night.
l'eterna stella sei nella mia preghiera.
Let this be our prayer.
Quanta fede c'è
Shadows fill our day.
lead us to a place,
Guide us with your grace.
give us faith so we'll be safe. Sogniamo un mondo senza più violenza, un mondo di giustizia e di speranza. Ognuno dà la mano su vicino, simbolo di pace, di eternità.
La forza che ci dà.
We ask that life be kind
El desiderio che
and watch us from above.
ognuno trovi amore.
We hope each soul will find
Intorno dentro sé.
another soul to love. Let this be our prayer.
Let this be our prayer.
Just like every child needs to find a place, guide us with your grace, give us faith so we'll be safe. intercessor noi, sento che ci salverò.
From you I receive, to you I give. Together we share, and from this we live.
Please join me in the words to dedicate our offering found in your order of service. To the work of this church, which is weaving a tapestry of love and action, we dedicate our lives and these our offerings.
And so now we are going to have a moment where we sing together. So I'm going to sing through the song that we're going to do first, called Spirit of the Water, and then I'm going to teach it to you with the motion. So, are you ready? Let's try it just one time through. Spirit of the water, calm me. Spirit of the water, refresh me. Gift of life for the earth for me. Gift of life most abundantly. Spirit of the water, lead me. Okay, so to make it a little easier, I will sing one line, and then you can do one line with the movement. So stand up, rising body of spirit. And I'll do the first line, and you'll repeat. Spirit of the water, calm me. Spirit of the water, calm me. Spirit of the water, refresh me. Spirit of the water, refresh me. Gift of life for the earth for me. Gift of life for the earth for me. Gift of life most abundantly. Gift of life most abundantly. Spirit of the water, lead me. Spirit of the water, lead me. Now we'll do it 2 times through from the beginning. But Kenzie and I are here to help you, so don't worry. Spirit of the water, calm me. Spirit of the water, refresh me. Gift of life for the earth for me. Gift of life most abundantly. Spirit of the water, lead me. Spirit of the water, calm me. Spirit of the water, refresh me. Gift of life for the earth for me. Gift of life most abundantly. Spirit of the water, lead me. Thank you. Such wonderful students.
I was going to say, you can sing, you can dance, it's like being on Broadway. I begin with a poem. Run deep, run clear. Fill any space to its own dimensions. Respond to the moon, to gravity. Change colors with the light. Hold your temperature longer than the surrounding air. Take the coast by storm. Go underground. Bend light. Be the one thing people need even when they're fasting. Eat boulders quietly. Be a universal solvent. That was Be Like Water by Kendra Ford. Water is known for all known forms of life. Water is vital for all known forms of life. Water covers about 71% of the Earth's surface and is the main component of the fluids of all known living organisms. Water is the only common substance to exist as a solid, liquid, and gas in normal terrestrial conditions. It forms precipitation in the form of rain and aerosols in the form of fog. Clouds consist of suspended droplets of water and ice, its solid state. When finely divided, crystalline ice may precipitate in the form of snow. The gaseous state of water is steam or water vapor. So water is sort of the Meryl Streep of inorganic compounds. Last week, Conrad and I were talking about today's service, and he mentioned the healing powers of water, something I hadn't thought a lot about. Some of us had less than ideal summers, so reflecting on the ability of water to help heal us as we come together again seems wise. Wading into a pool or slipping into a hot tub, we may feel our energy and mood change. Attesting to their popularity, I saw on TV yesterday that the Hot Tub and Swim Spa Blowout Expo is at George R. Brown yesterday and today. So do with that information as you will. At a beach, on a boat, or lakeside, we feel the pulse-like waves. Surfers and sailors can attest to the fact that there is something spiritual about being out on the water. And being in or near a great expanse of water can help to renew our appreciation for the world around us. Last week, I spoke about feeling the soul of certain places, such as in nature or in exhilarating cathedrals. Being near a large body of water is perhaps the most beckoning of places to experience deep feelings of awe and purpose, connect us to something bigger than ourselves, and to feel the soul of the world. And more than our emotional and spiritual health, water, ice, and steam can help us heal physically. Both ancient Egyptians and Greeks used bathing rituals to help cure physical ailments. While today, people may soak in an Epsom salt bath to soothe tired muscles, reduce swelling, and to treat minor aches and pains. Native American tribes believed in the purifying power of sweat lodges, and the ancient Aztec and Olmec tribes of Mexico practiced a sweat bath ceremony known as Temazcal as a religious rite of penance and purification. Now, modern steam baths at the gym can ease the mind by causing a person to sweat out toxins, which can alter mood, thinking, and behavior. And while at the gym, we can swim several laps or do water aerobics to stay in shape. But if you take up running instead and sprain your ankle, you may need an ice pack to reduce pain, swelling, and inflammation. Water is sort of the urgent care of inorganic compounds. So, time for a bit of trivia. You may be surprised that Kentucky has more navigable miles of water than any other state in the lower 48. It's second in the U.S. only to Alaska, which is 16 and a half times its size. Those waterways are made up of rivulets that flow into streams and brooks, then into creeks, which are a little larger, and then these tributaries flow into rivers and out to sea. Now, I bring this up for a couple of reasons. River networks, the way those waterways join together from smaller tributaries to larger rivers, is a pattern often seen in nature. These patterns exhibit a self-similarity over extended but finite scale ranges. These examples from nature are approximate fractals. Now, in a January sermon, I talked about the Big Bang, dark energy, and fractals, all common theological topics. This is mathematician John Casty's description. Fractals are curves that are irregular all over. Moreover, they have exactly the same degree of irregularity at all scales and measurement. So it doesn't matter whether you look at a fractal from far away or up close with a microscope. In either case, you'll see exactly the same picture. Now, a twig can be thought of as a fractal. The twig looks like the branch, and the branch looks like the limb, and the limb looks just like the tree. Other real-life examples are blood vessels and pulmonary vessels, coastlines, lightning bolts, and the contours of clouds, and, of course, the branching of river systems. I explained how a fractal is my new favorite metaphor for God, backed up by the statement in Genesis that God made humans in God's own image. You can look for that sermon on our YouTube channel or on our podcast. But the bigger reason I bring up the idea of river systems is the concept of confluence. Perhaps you've seen raindrops trailing down a window. There are two paths merging, then the larger drop merges with yet another drop. That's a confluence, as is when a tributary joins a larger river, or where two rivers join to create a third. Confluences are important to the ecology of a stream because they often mark where changes in river energy, chemistry, and habitat take place. But the dictionary also defines confluence more generally: a coming or flowing together, meeting or gathering at one point. So this water communion is a confluence of our friends and members gathering again for the beginning of another church year. Chemists who study the confluence of the branching of rivers report that sometimes the mixing of the waters of two streams triggers a chemical reaction. This is sometimes obvious because the water in the two streams is different colors. The color of each stream or river is determined by many things: type and amount of vegetation in the watershed, geological properties, dissolved chemicals, sediments, and biologic content, which is usually algae. The color difference can persist for miles downstream before they finally blend together. You no doubt see where I'm going with this. When we come together, we are able to change one another as well. It may not be a chemical reaction, but a response nonetheless. We are here to support one another, help one another, and even love one another. It may not always be easy, and it may be a reaction we weren't anticipating, but we try to extend grace to those doing their best under trying circumstances. We covenant together to reflect how we intend to treat one another and the world. And love is the rushing river at the confluence of our shared values. Our water communion gives us a chance to gather together again and be changed. Amen. And I don't see them coming back through the back door. And I don't have a joke to tell you. Yeah, play some music. Play it again, Sam. Pardon? Oh! You were supposed to put them in the offering? So whoever has them? I guess so. Clearly that was made clear. service, we didn't make it very clear that we needed to
Collect them?
do it with the.
Intimacy of
We will attempt to make our way through these.
That's you.
The water I've poured is not my own. It is what remains from last year's service, and indeed from many years' services before. The water connects this community to its history. It's a reminder of the gifts that have been given in the past so that we might be present together. This water has come from across the town and across the world, but it has remained in this community. We use it at child dedications and memorial services to represent the First Unitarian Universalist Church of Houston. By pouring it, I have invoked all of those who have come before us and the collective experiences of joy, wisdom, and sorrow that make this congregation sacred. It places us in communion with them and with all being.
Water connects us to the earth. We are water, and water is us. The rivers, the streams that flow across the planet's surface, in some sense, flow in our veins as well. All life on this planet is intertwined.
We now invite you to listen to the words from this congregation about how water places us in communion with each other, our planet, and the all of being. I invite forward the water from members of our congregation so that it can be mingled with our congregational water. Our mingled water is a symbol of how we are connected and united as a beloved community. Appreciate the water that falls to nourish my garden plants.
The womb, our bodies in blood, and water, the purification of the soul.
H2O, absorber of CO2, transfer of heat, source of life.
The blessedness, water, and its significance remind neither autocrats, plutocrats, or just ordinary, all need the substance to exist.
Water is the sacrament without foundation or creed.
I feel gratitude and humility for this beautiful planet.
This, I believe, says life of all things on this planet.
These waters remind me that we are all connected and that our fates are all bound together.
From a spring-fed lake in Seattle where we celebrated my nephew and sister's wedding.
Water relaxes me so that I can open my heart, mind, and spirit to do the work of sharing love, peace, and justice.
Water goes where it will, through clouds, rivers, the trickles on my range chain that drip into the earth and are absorbed by plants in my garden. Whatever I do that affects water, adding chemicals to it, retaining it, impacts living things in places near and far.
I'm reminded of how all the world's waters, frozen and flowing, are connected and imperiled. The water that I have brought is from Transia, 200 kilometers above the Arctic Circle of Norway.
As a potter who creates hollow stem chalices, water is an essential part of the process. It, water, when mixed with the clay spinning on the potter's wheel, serves as a lubricant not only to the clay, but also to the potter's hands as she pulls the mound of clay with the hollow stem. On which the candle bowl sits.
I found out recently that a lot of water was brought to Earth by asteroids crashing into the Earth. What is the chance of happening that brings life to our Earth?
Water is the way that nourishment flows throughout the world, from one part to another, and as our reminder to keep it clean.
Our water gauge reminds me to respect our seasons of plenty and of scarcity. I brought a small amount from the half-inch that fell recently.
The water I bring is the water that has been purified by distillation. Inspiring remains behind, water retained to a pure state.
Water flows through us and all of us and the world. We are one, and it is recycled and repurposed. We are part of it all, and it is part of us. To take care of on our planet is to take care of us. To take care of it is to take care of our planet and to take care of ourselves.
The water nourishes us and is necessary to survive. Through its waterways, we travel long distances to start new lives and new communities. We bathe in it and are cleansed and renewed. We swim in it together as a community and become one.
Water reminds of the source of life and the beauty of the earth. We would not be here without the presence of water. Every drop of water on earth comes from somewhere. Truly, children of this earth.
I brought a plastic water bottle really for the sake of my travels in the heat. It wasn't entirely thoughtless, but it wasn't also as thoughtful as I could be. I suppose it's a reminder to me that many of us are living such busy lives. The level with which we care aligns with the impact we often find ourselves having on our environment, and I think many of us crave that alignment.
From the bottle I take to rehab reminds me how crucial water is.
The water connects me to this congregation. It is from the physical location of our spiritual home.
The water in the fords of Norway reminded me of the beauty inherent in life.
My water is from U Bar U, our church's camp retreat in the hill country. Water is a precious resource in that dry climate and also a powerful force, as we've witnessed from the July 4th flooding. Water is necessary for life, but water can also wield terrible power and effects that we must respect.
I live near the Buffalo Bayou, see it every morning, and walk these most days. I'm so glad to have that as my view and be part of my daily life. I see birds, rabbits daily, and want to take care of them so others can enjoy what has been provided for us.
Thank you. Water to maze the world. This one's hard to read, sorry. So we can pass through, I believe. Yeah, that's okay.
Allowed me to meet indigenous people along the Amazon, the Nile, and the animals and the waters around the Galapagos Islands. Water shared among friends, the Dead Sea refreshed me as well.
Our water, now collected, will connect us to those who gather for the second service, and whom I will tell when to put the raindrops in. And then it will be boiled, strained, and purified and put back in a jar. There we will have it with us throughout the year when we dedicate children, hold memorial services, or hold weddings. The water will represent us, the gathered community, in our collective wisdoms, joys, and sorrows. So with these words, we dedicate our water. Unnamed and unknown source of all existence, which some of us call God and others think of as the laws of the universe, we wish to know the wisdom of water. We hope to learn to bend and flow down the mountains and up from the streams. We will be soft like spring rain, ever renewing life around us. May we have the wisdom of water. Water carries us like our community as we drift through life. When we hit rapids or when we float at peace, water has blessed us. It has given us life. It sustains us. We know that each drop of rain, each rivulet is sacred, just as every member of our community is sacred. May we remember that we are water, that water is us, and may this remembrance call us into a relationship of respect with the waters of our lives and the water-blessed, water-filled planet of which we are each a part. Let us be thankful for the water of our community, for the water of life, for the water that runs through our veins. In times of crisis and in times of joy, let us remember the strength of water. We hope that, like a drop of rain, we are always part of something greater than ourselves, that we are never alone. So that we may collectively bless the water, I invite the congregation to say, Amen.
Amen. I invite you to look in your order of services at the words to Blue Boat Home. Please rise in body or in spirit as we lift our voices together in song. Though below me I feel no motion, standing on these mountains and plains, far away from the rolling ocean, still my dry land heart can say, I've been sailing all my life now, never harbor or port have I known. The wide universe is the ocean I travel, and the earth is my blue boat
Please join me in reading the covenant. No. My bad, I'm sorry. Please join me in reading the words to extinguish the chalice found in your order of service. We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, and the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts until we are together.